with this video. And this is one of the projects by OPENMEALS called Sushi Teleportation. Here is a nice sushi restaurant in Tokyo. The sushi is being digitalized. The data is sent to the 3D food printer and then sent all the way to space. And the astronauts can enjoy the sushi.
Sushi Teleportation.
Yeah, what do you think? It's innovative, right? Of course, the project is still work in progress, but the way many engineers and researchers involved, and we are in the process of R&D. Our idea is, first, to collect food data and break it down to taste, shape, texture, and nutrition. Then, accumulate the data in our database called Foodbase. Next, the data from Foodbase is transmitted to 3D food printer. Finally, food is printed out by the printer to be enjoyed anywhere, like outer space. So perhaps you may be thinking, is this work on agency creative? Actually, this project could only have started from an agency creative. To start with, let me talk a little bit about myself and how it all began. I enjoyed Dentsu as an art director about 50 years ago. These are my earlier graphic works, mostly posters and print arts. So I set out by working on mainly graphic work, but then gradually I expanded my work to film, digital, PR, events, integrated campaigns, and so on. And at the same time, my work crossed the borders outside of the advertising territory, such as product design, producing books, and producing TV programs. I think it was my curiosity and my passion to change the world someday that helped me travel this way. Then I actually made an invention. I applied for patent and launched this new business called OPENMEALS. It all started with this inspiration I had 4 years ago. Do you know what these letters are? As I said, I'm an art director. These letters stand for the color model for printing: cyan, magenta, yellow, black. When I was working on graphic design, I used to work with this color model every day. Anything printed is made up of CMYK dots. If you design something using CMYK right now and send it to printing companies all over the world, then we'll be able to print the exact same piece of design. I thought could be applied to food. Then was a moment of my inspiration. And then I came up with a CMYK for food, SSSV, meaning sweet, sour, salty, and bitter. I thought it was a very interesting idea. So I made this proposal to our ECD, and he gave me a small R&D budget for the project. First, I bought a color printer. Instead of ink, I put soy sauce, sugared water, vinegar, and sake in the cartridges, and printed image on edible paper made from soybeans and starch. I actually used graphic design software to adjust the CMYK balance and tried to eat it. It tasted bad. But when you change the design, it tastes different. So I thought, wow, you really, oh, so that's okay. You really might be able to send text to printer. Okay. I then searched for scientists who were working on transferring text into data. I finally found a well-known professor, sent my project proposal to him, and got on a flight to meet the professor. He said to me, "You are crazy, but I like the idea," and introduced me to other researchers working on similar topics. After having many discussions with these scientists, I came up with another idea. This idea is, if you put together many edible seeds of printed food data into a 3D shape, then you might end up with a meal you can actually eat. So next, I searched for someone who was working on edible material using 3D printer techniques. This is Professor Furukawa, and he is a pioneer in this field. I got on another plane and went to see the professor. He too said, "You are crazy, but I like the idea." And the project kept evolving like this. We got all these specialists involved, and the project expanded with speed. So next, we wanted to share our idea to the world, raise awareness and invite support for the project. So we announced this project called Sushi Teleportation. And we launched this at the South by Southwest last year. This is a Sushi Teleportation exhibit at South by. The sushi chefs are my colleagues at Dentsu and Universal Professor, not real chef. We did a demo teleporting sushi from Tokyo to Texas and shared our concept with people around the world. Here's a close-up. The sushi counter looks just like a typical Japanese sushi restaurant, but instead of a human chef, the robotic arm sits at the back of the counter and creates the data sushi. We call this printer pixel food printer. As you can see in the picture, we break down a meal into small cubes of data, just like a low-res image. Every pixel can have different taste and texture in theory. And by accumulating these tiny pixels, we would be able to print out food with complex texture. To achieve this, we are using ingredients taken from rice and fish to create the basic gel. It's important for us that we can recreate complex texture with minimum ingredients. This is how the sushi is printed. The white part is the rice, the green is the wasabi, and on top the shrimp. To make one piece, it takes half an hour. One sushi meal is normally 10 pieces, so it's worth about just five hours to complete a meal. It's very practical yet, but we will get there. Our exhibit was very popular during South by. Please watch the video. People share the movie and the pictures of the machine on social media, and they give us great feedback. And we also receive a lot of attention from the media and the request to collaborate. Yeah, it was great success. But best things about it was that we gained many people who want to help. This is a core member of our team right now. There are three Dentsu people include me, and the rest are all members from different backgrounds and organizations, such as universal professional chefs, 3D printer engineers, and health tech venture people. As a team, we all work openly and there are no borders of industry. The next project is .cube. With a strong team, we have made further progress. .cube is a standard format for digital food. To send food digitally, you need a data format, of course. We are all familiar with PDFs and JPEGs as a file format. .cube is file format for digital food. This is what the actual UI looks like. We create a basic format of a 3 centimeter cubicle constructed by layers. There are 9 elements that you can change: taste, fragrance, texture, temperature, nutrient, number of layers, order of layers, ratio of layers, and the stacking method. It works like Photoshop or Illustrator. We are creating an online social platform where you can share your cubes with other people around the world. Cube designers can upload their original cubes. There are also page with recommendation of the day and rankings. User can download the cubes, print them, and eat them. After you download the cube, you can print it with this special food printer. We just completed the prototype and have applied it for the patent. In the future, we hope OPENMEALS will become a platform that connects people who design foods and the people who consume them. Our goal is to create a world of connected food. So hopefully, very soon, .cube will become the global standard for digital food. And up next, this is our most recent and the biggest project so far. It's a hyper-future restaurant called Sushi Singularity Tokyo. The concept of the restaurant is food singularity begins. Where food is digitalized and it is connected on the internet. We predict that 2 things will happen. The first one is food will be connected to people all around the world. With .cube, you will be able to make food online, edit it, and share it. We predicted that an enormous amount of new food will emerge globally. Until today, the same food would be shared by only a handful of people, like your mothers cooking with your family, or a chef's cooking with a restaurant's guests. But in a world of digitalized food, you can share your food, like you share your photos today. We believe a whole new culinary culture will be born. The second one is food will be connected to the human body data. With the progress of healthcare technology, a human amount of data regarding your bodies can be collected, such as DNA, bacteria flora, and your nutritional conditions. By connecting this data with food data, you can create a food that perfectly matches what your body needs. Food will become incredibly personalized. OPENMEALS is planning to open a hyper-future restaurant where you can experience these 2 things. The restaurant, as I said, is called Sushi Singularity Tokyo. The logo design embodies the shape of the DNA spiral pattern and in the format of the traditional Japanese family emblems. This is what the restaurant will look like. And the back, there are various food fabrication machines. There are different 3D printers, different types of 3D food printers. In addition, there are robotic arms, a plant factory, and a fish cell incubator. and more. And in collaboration with traditional sushi chef. And this CGI is not based on just a creative imagination, but it's all based on the real result of research with specialists. So can I ask, do you want to visit the restaurant? Thank you. Okay, thank you. Let me explain how you visit the restaurant. First, you make a reservation online. Second, you will receive health test kit. After you test, you will be issued a health ID. And the personal special device in the kitchen will analyze the ID. And the sushi will be already personalized. This is how you experience it. So here is a high-end looking sushi restaurant in Tokyo. With face recognition technology, the customer's health data is sent to the kitchen. The perfect nutrients are selected. A recommendation menu appears. And according to the customer choice, the machine and the human chef work together. To provide sushi you've never seen or eaten before. We are planning to open the pop-up restaurant in Tokyo in 2020. Thank you. Yes, it looks so fun, right? Here is a concept menu for the Singularity sushi. We use a variety of approach to create these sushi, such as biotechnology, chemistry, and structure studies. This is sushi that cannot be created by the human hand. Here are some examples. This is cell culture tuna sushi. We print the internal structure with a 3D printer and culture the cell around it to make the artificial tuna. We are still in the R&D phase, but we are working with a cell-based meat venture to make it possible. Now, this is negative stiffness honeycomb octopus sushi. When you bite it, it shrinks, bouncy backs, and repeats. It moves in your mouth, which should be a whole new food experience. This is a sushi with dashi soup inside. For covering the soup, we use a film that is made from the chemical reaction of iodinated sodium and calcium fluid. Inside, there are 3D printed fish balls and golden flakes floating. So beautiful. 3 months ago, we went to South by again and showcased our demo machine that explains the concept of the restaurant. We demonstrated part of the function of Sushi Singularity restaurant to match the restaurant design image. It was shiny, gorgeous, and quite a crazy machine. It became one of the most popular booths at the event. Please watch the video. More than 50,000 people visited the exhibit over the 4 days.
Sushi Singularity? Wow, mind blown. It's crazy.
Incredible.
It's amazing.
I'm amazed with it.
To change the world, to change our culture.
The project was introduced on media around the world, and we still receive many requests today. Okay, finally, I'd like to share the effect of OPENMEALS and what kind of business potential we are looking at and the future vision. Over the past year, in Japan alone, we had $8.5 million worth of exposure. Globally, it was probably 4 or 5 times more than that. We also received over 50 offers to collaborate and invitation to conferences all over the world. We've received over 500 inquiries from the media, and these are just some of the companies that have contacted us. And we've also received many requests from companies and research centers. Included are more than 50 of Dentsu major clients. The clients are coming to us wanting to collaborate with Dentsu and wanting us to use their technology. So we've also received some interesting requests, like one from a billionaire in the United Arab Emirates about franchising the restaurant, and also applications from students that want to join OPENMEALS. But unfortunately, we are not hiring yet. Okay, I'll also show the list of the major clients and the companies we are in contact with. Very quickly. No photo, please. This many companies. Oh. It's a lot, right? Well, actually, this is only a small portion. Okay. In the near future, we are planning to collaborate with partners from all kinds of industries, and with we have already started. For example, developing personalized food services with food companies, or automated kitchen robots with consumer electronic companies, or future restaurant with real estate companies, and so on. We are thinking of turning this project into a whole economy centered around OPENMEALS. So for Dentsu, it will be totally new way to work with clients, and there is great business potential in our plans. There are a lot to look forward to in OPENMEALS, so stay tuned. And we hope to see you at our restaurant in Tokyo next year. Thank you for listening.